Today, I'm going to tell you I lost almost 20,000 hours of hard work and dedication. Now, 20,000 hours is a hard number to grasp. So to give you some reference, that's about 72 million seconds, 1.2 million minutes, 832 days, or just over 2 years. Now, you might be wondering, what did I lose that took over 2 years to make? Well, I lost my stopwatch, guys. Now, this wasn't like a normal handheld stopwatch. I'm talking like the stopwatch app on like any Apple phone. Basically, one day I started a stopwatch and I just never turned it off. And I started that stopwatch over 2 years ago, and it almost hit 20,000 hours. Was it useless? Yes. But I was still heartbroken when it happened. That's a long time to be waiting for something just for it to be snatched from you. Now, how did I lose this? Well, you see, one day I was just sitting in psychology class, right? I was just looking at my stopwatch because I basically used it to tell time. Like, I knew exactly when on the stopwatch a minute would tick over, so I basically just watched that until like class started, which was usually about 5 or 6 minutes. And as I was watching it, the person that I was sitting next to literally just snatches my phone and stops the stopwatch. He just stopped it. Like he looked at it for 2 seconds and was like, oh, let me hit the stop button. But not only did he stop it, he reset it. See, I would have been fine if he just stopped it, because that means I can just start it again. I would have lost no progress. I would have lost like 2 seconds of progress actually. But no, he resets it. And I tell him that was 20,000 hours. And he was like, oh, I thought it was 20,000 seconds. Like seriously, dude, you couldn't have looked at the decimal placement. Like you just had to look for like an extra second. You want to realize that was over 2 years of combined work, and now it's just gone. And the crazy thing is that stopwatch was literally older than my YouTube channel, and I started it in a completely different state than I'm currently living in now. So was I mad? Yes, just a little bit. But I think I was rightfully so to be mad. Now, I've mentioned that it was almost 20,000 hours, but I haven't told you how far off 20,000 hours I was. You see, I was less than a day away from hitting 20,000 hours. I had literally been waiting like a year. I literally calculated out a year ahead of time to see when I would hit 20,000 hours, and I had the date set on my calendar for over a year. I was waiting to take a perfect little screenshot of 20,000 hours. But no, he stops it literally the day before I hit 20,000 hours. I was at like 19,882 hours, and just like, he seriously couldn't have waited another day. If he stopped it after 20,000 hours, I would have been fine with that. You know what? I had a good run, right? I had a good run. But no, he had to stop it a day before I hit 20,000. Good, he died. I'm just a little annoyed, okay? Something else that made it even more of a gut punch was that I feel like I was close to a world record. There's a bunch of those stopwatch timers that claim to be a run for like 90,000 hours, and like people have disproven a lot of those. And the only real world record I could find of like a legit stopwatch was about 28,000 hours. I was almost at 20,000 hours, which means I was just a year off, and I already had 2 years worth of work put in. So I thought, you know what, that's doable. I could have been a world record holder before I graduated high school. Like, I had this planned out to the T, and this man just walks in and just completely ruins all my life goals and accomplishments. Like, what is there left to do in this world? This stopwatch had been through thick and thin with me. Like, it had traveled 3,000 miles with me as I moved across the country, and I had known it longer than I've been talking to my best friend. Well, at least if we discount the part where I kind of ditched him for like 5 years. But like, we had a history. I was closer to that stopwatch than I was this channel, not gonna lie. Like, sure, I love this YouTube channel, right? But world record? Like, seriously? That's implausible, guys. Like, I literally lost the perfect conversation starter. Because, you know, if I wanted to start a conversation with someone, I just looked at my phone and like, I just stare at it, right? And they eventually ask like, oh, what are you looking at? And I was like, oh, just my stopwatch that's 20,000 hours. It worked very well. I'm just going to tell you that. It worked very well. After about a half hour of losing all that progress and work and time and effort, I started a new stopwatch, okay? And it's been a few months since I started it, and currently as of recording, it's at 1,849 hours, which, I mean, it's alright. But it's gonna be over 2 years before I get anywhere close to being where I was. Like, I'm still in the 4 digits, guys. I'm not even in the 5 digits. I'm a nobody when it comes to this whole stopwatch thing. Oh, no, you don't. You're not leaving. And good, they disconnected, because that's kind of where the story ends. I'm still heartbroken. My stopwatch, it's gone.